Hello and welcome to your daily crypto news. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and stop what you're doing. Take the tip of your finger right there and just press that subscribe button so you can get updates on all of our videos. Go ahead while you're at it, hit the alert notification right next to it so you get alerts when we have new videos. So for today, we are going to be talking about the markets and a few altcoin news stories. So before we do that, usually we start with CoinMarketCap, but we're actually going to start with a story about CoinMarketCap before we look. So as you can see here, a rebranded CoinMarketCap launches an iOS app in honor of its 5th birthday. They have this quote: "When we launched CoinMarketCap in 2013, we were tracking 7 cryptocurrencies and only a handful of exchanges and markets with a total market capitalization of approximately $1.6 billion US. As of May 1st, 2018, we were tracking over 1,600 cryptocurrencies and 200 exchanges with a total market capitalization of over $400 billion. So, as you can see, it has been quite a climb for CoinMarketCap. Of course, that's just due to the rise of the markets. But let's face it, CoinMarketCap is the first place that probably a lot of people go who are interested in altcoins to learn about what ranks they are, see the total supply, and things like that. So they have a total rebrand. I'll be honest with you, when we look at the markets, it doesn't look that much different, but they do have a new logo, and they've gotten rid of the ads at the top. But specifically, I want to show you guys something really interesting here. CMC ranks number 175th in the world for most heavily trafficked sites. According to data from Alexa, the site's stratospheric growth, it reportedly has had over 60 million unique visits this year to date, appears to track that of the crypto space itself, as a birthday blog post today on Medium suggested, and that's where I got the quote from. So it's just really cool to see CoinMarketCap climbing up in most visited sites. I think before the end of 2020, that thing is probably going to be in the top 50, maybe top 40. I have a lot of internet marketing background, so I can tell you it's very hard to get up there. And once it gets there, it's probably never going to leave. So pretty excited about that growth. So let's go ahead and head on over to CoinMarketCap. As you can see, it doesn't look that much different. The top of the site has been changed a little bit. CoinMarketCap has a new logo, as you can see over here. But as far as the markets and the individual pages, they pretty much look the same. So let's jump in. Top 10, everything is up except for Stellar, which is down by just a smidgen. So Bitcoin is up 1.4%. It was up a little bit higher than that today. It's had a little tiny bit of a dip. Bitcoin Cash at 12%. EOS, after its strong tumble yesterday, is coming back at 6.8%. And the biggest winner of the day is IOTA in the top 10, up 16.37%, and Tron struggling to get up. The market is at 428 billion today, and Bitcoin dominance is 36.3. So what we're seeing is Bitcoin dominance continuing to fall, and the market pretty much hovering around the same number. So let's look at the biggest winners of the day. Loom Network, I'll tell you guys, I've got a bad case of the FOMO right here. I wish I would have got in. I almost got in it last week, and I didn't, and now I'm really kicking myself. So 8Share, Fusion, Redcoin, Mithril, Zalika, Nebulous, and then IOTA making above the biggest gainers, Golem and Digibyte. So let's move to the biggest losers of the day. Bitcoin Private, DentaCoin. Those are the only ones that are down more than 5%. The rest are just minimal losses. So markets are looking pretty good today. It could be a little bit better. So let's look at BitGrail. BitGrail was a cryptocurrency exchange that was on and popping just a few months ago before a scandalous Rayblox hack before their Nano rebrand, pretty much right before it, where $17 million worth of BitGrail, or worth of Rayblox, was taken from the site. They pretty much just said, sorry about that. So they're not reimbursing the people that lost it, and now a few months later, boom, they've reopened like nothing happened. I would highly suggest you stay away from this exchange. If you know new people getting into crypto, I would tell them the same. So interestingly enough, only hours after they reopened, there was an order to cease operations. Obviously, I cannot read this as it is in Italian. If you do know Italian, you can let us know basically what this says, if it says anything more than, hey, cease operations. So if you go back to the BitGrail website, you'll see they have an English version, and you hover over it, and they also have an Italian version. So I assume that that basically the Italian government may have some kind of ability to actually make them shut down, but they've yet to do it. So, or BitGrail is yet to close the site. So not really sure what kind of weight this has. I don't know if maybe it's just symbolic, if you will. I don't know how long it will take them to actually get it to cease, or if it will. So if you know more about that, let us know. If you got some funds taken in that, let us know about that too. So really sorry if that happened. So IOTA joins the Mobility Open Blockchain Initiative, aka MOBI.
Big as MOBI.
So we see a lot of these acronyms and we don't really know what they mean until you kind of dig into them. So I didn't know what MOBI was, and it was interesting because it says it's a mobility ecosystem. So what mobility is obviously moving around. So this ecosystem is about motor vehicles, and or not necessarily motor vehicles, because I guess you could have electric ones, but it really is just about the transportation world out there. If it's transportation, as you can see here, IOTA Foundation joins Bosch Group Renault. Not really sure who that is, but of course BMW, Ford, General Motors, ZF, and other mobility and distributed ledger technology leaders. So leaders from all of these companies all got together, and they're basically trying to figure out a way that they can use blockchain with autonomous and electric vehicle development and infrastructure. So, I think this is a huge industry, so I think this is pretty cool. This is really right down IOTA's pipeline with the Internet of Things. I mean, obviously cars are things, and they're going to be able to communicate more and more autonomously. So, I think we're heading to where electric cars are the future. I think in probably 20 years, people won't own self-driving cars. I think that at some point, governments are going to step in because these electric cars and self-driving cars are going to be safer and have less accidents. Governments are going to start stepping in around the world and saying, well, if this is safer and it's really a win-win for everybody, let's go ahead and move towards this. There will be resistance, obviously, as people like to drive cars, aka Lambos. And so maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the only person that thinks that. Maybe other people think it's closer to 50 or 100 years. But I think first thing to go will be trucks and truck drivers. I think truck drivers will not be a sustainable job. They'll need people loading the trucks, and there will still be an industry for the trucker type community to have jobs. But I just think there's too much liability with these lawsuits of these drivers, truck drivers killing people on the road and things like that. So it's my personal opinion. I think this is big. I think it's big for IOTA to be involved in this. So other big news from NEO and Ontology. So this is a tweet from NEO, Smart Economy Expo and Conference at European Parliament. Hongfei is giving introduction of blockchain technology to European Parliament members. I'll go ahead and click on over to, this is from the Neon Exchange, basically the same tweet. We are proud to be at the European Parliament presenting a detailed look at blockchain technology alongside great ecosystem partners. So just there, you can see the Moonlight, NEO, Ontology, they're all involved in this, as well as the Neon Exchange. If you don't know Hongfei, he is the founder of NEO and the CEO of Ontology. You can check our Ontology video. Basically, Ontology is trying to lower the barrier to entry from companies into blockchain, and they work really close. You can kind of think of them as NEO is the peanut butter and Ontology is the jelly on the sandwich.
Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly.
So they are presenting to Parliament, to the European Parliament. So I think that is really awesome because it's just really showing that these governments are starting to get more and more interested in it. They don't really have a choice, and they're seeing that. It's not that I think they're like, oh, this is really cool technology, let's get in it. It's like, if we don't get in here and make some regulation and try to, really clamp down on some different aspects of this, then who knows what our financial systems might look like. So I think that really scares governments. Obviously, as people, individuals, most people I think are all for a financial revolution. Not necessarily a redistribution of wealth, if you will, but more just to do with the processes in which we do things financially. I don't know anybody out there that loves banks. Nobody's like, oh, you know what? I sure do love my banker. I'm sure there are people who have personal relationships, but dealing with a bank is always, it just sucks. I don't have another way to say it. So, well, thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed our news video. I think that the BitGrail tell people to stay away. IOTA news was big. NEO and Ontology at the European Parliament. There's a lot of different options or a lot of different ways to look at that. Number one, you have those companies teaching the government about cryptocurrency and blockchain. So that shows that they have credibility, and people are looking at Ontology and Neo as a real leader in the industry, which I think is really cool because I like both of those tokens. And also from the government side, it just shows adoption is coming before you know it. So, like I said, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button so more people get to see this video. That was your Daily Crypto News.